Hello, welcome to, I believe it's part 2 of creating a 2D platformer. And the first session kind of went into what kind of we're going to do as an overview for the whole course, as well as you can see on the screen, going into tile mapping and also creating different layers as well. So you can see we've got our sky tile map here, and we've also got, if we go to our ground tile map as well, is this going to change for us? Oh no, we can change to ground items there we go. And we've got all our ground items here that we used to kind of paint all of this land and this kind of gap here. So what we're doing in the second part is putting in animated kind of world space like terrain. So one of those things we are going to add is a waterfall. Okay. And in some tutorials you may have seen that people kind of select a lot of different kind of objects, drag them straight into Unity, and they all work straight off from creating this kind of single animation. We're going to do something a little bit different, again kind of a little bit more controlled instead of just bunging it all in and hoping it works. And it's also going to work under the tile map as well. So all of our terrain works under the tile map. Again, it's a lot more organized, and you can understand what's happening in that process as well, instead of just highlighting something and clicking and dragging it in and it just somehow working. So what I'm going to do is create a new tile map. So what I'm going to do is 2D objects tile map. There we go. And I'm going to call this, I'll keep the tile map bit and call this foreground underscore tile map. Cool. So in the layers orders, so our ground is 1, our sky map is 0, and obviously, as we heard from the last tutorial, the higher the number, the more forward the layer is. So I'm going to make this layer 3. Oh, actually, no, it could be layer 2, doesn't it? It could be layer 2, you can get away with 2. Cool, lovely. So we can add many foreground items here, but I'm just going to, for now, add in stuff for our animated waterfall. And as you can see, in the folder, I have an animated waterfall, again, downloaded for free. Try itch, try loads of different places, you will find something. It doesn't have to be a waterfall, it can be anything. So as you can see, this is, this is broken down. I think maybe broken down for us. If I can go down, as you can see, this gives us a total of 30 frames, which is lovely. But we have a center, a left, and a right waterfall. So what I'm going to do is create an animated tile for our tile map. So what we need to do, we've got ground, we've got sky. Let's create a new palette and let's call this waterfall. Click create. So sprites, tile maps, palettes, ground. So I'm going to go choose that for my palette. Lovely. Okay, so it isn't like before where we're clicking and dragging in straight to our palette. We need an animated tile. So what I'm going to do an animated tile. So if I look in my files, let's go sprites, tile map, tiles. We've got sky. What I'm going to do is quickly create, or actually I'm going to do that in the waterfall, make things just a little easier. So as you can see, with previous Unities, if I right click, went to create, you would be able to see, you'd be able to scroll down further and there'd be something called animated tile. They've kind of, I have actually no idea why they've taken it away, but for 19.3, the version I'm using, I think it might be an alpha use as well, so maybe use 19.1. I don't think it will be there either. If it is already there and it says animated tile, fantastic, click on it. But as you can see, I don't have anything here. So what we're going to do is solve this animated tile problem. So what I'm going to do is just go to my assets, and I'm going to create a C# script and call this animated tile. No gaps. Lovely. Okay, so then I went searching on, as anyone does if you can't find something on Unity or you're having a problem with Unity, I went onto the Googles and found a solution where if it is missing, it's now a unit, almost an extra for Unity. You can see here that we have this whole entire script that will give us our animated tile. So what I'm going to do is just copy and paste this. So I'm going to take this, Control C or Command C on a Mac, back to Unity, open up the script, helpful Visual Studio, there we go. And what I'm going to do is take all of this and Command V or Control V, and then once that's all in there, Command C or Control S, and that will save. Unity will pop something up about inconsistent lines. Just going to clear that. But what we'll have in that script, we can probably make a scripts folder actually. What we'll find, as soon as we right click and go to create, you will see something called tiles, an animated tile. So that's how you we fix that solution right there. So I think I'm going to actually just keep everything organized, create a folder, call this scripts. We will get to scripts later. I'm just going to drag that in there. Lovely. Hopefully it's still in the same place and it hasn't run off anywhere. So I'm going to double click on the waterfall, right click, go to create, tiles, animated tile. There we go. And I'm going to call this left underscore waterfall, because we had, and I'll explain why we have different bits of waterfall. It all makes sense later on. I'm going to call this left waterfall. So when I press enter, you can see in the inspector we have left underscore waterfall, and it says number of animated, I think it means scenes. Let's drag this out, see what it says. Sprites, not scenes, sprites. So as we counted earlier, we have 30, so from 0 to 29. So what I'm going to do is type in 30, press enter, and as you can see, sprite 1, sprite 2, all the way down to 30. So what I now need to do is go onto my left waterfall and painstakingly, I apologize for this, but actually drag all of these sprites into each one. So I might speed up this video because it will probably take forever to do. So you need to do this as well. You can cut down the number of frames. You can only do 15 if you like, but it will look really nice and smooth with 30 frames. So essentially what I'm going to do is just drag each one into here. This is already quite confusing. Okay, so I've done the first one, and again, painstakingly, I know we need to do this for the right and the center. So what I'm probably going to do is stop the video, come back when I've done it, and then by then, you know, you can just pause this video or whatever, and we'll have a left waterfall, a right waterfall, and a center waterfall. And then once you've got those three, play the video again and we'll go from there. Cool. So what I have is my center, my left, and my right waterfalls. We have previously created our foreground tile map as well as our waterfall palette. So what I'm going to do is, now we've got these three with all of our animations in there, all of our sprites to create our animations in there, what we're going to do is highlight these three and drag them in to our waterfall palette. So make sure you have that created. And there we go. So as you can see, we have our left, our right, and our center. They're not in order, and you can actually change the order of these sprites so it's more, it just works for you. So what we can do is what can we do? Let's select this sprite, for example, the left sprite, the left waterfall sprite. I'm going to click edit, and I'm going to click the move tool, and I can move this. I should be able to move it. Edit on. There you go. Edit. Move. Properly move. Let's try it with a different tile. Let's come off. We'll go edit. Oh, there we go. It wants to move now. There we go. Oh, it's duplicating it. Helpful. So let's come off that. I don't want to paint that one there. Let's get rid of that one. Can we get rid of that? There we go. So edit, edit on, click on that. Oh no, that's deleting everything as well. Command Z. Let's move these tiles. Move. Can we move? Why is that not working all of a sudden? No, delete suddenly. Delete will work. Doesn't matter. We can just go on. I don't know why it doesn't want to move them. Can we move them? No, it's so weird. Anyway, we'll go on to painting, come out of edit, and we'll come and painting our sprites. So what I'm going to do first is create my center. So if I go onto my level here, let's all make this a bit more squidged in so we can see what's happening with our level. So I'm going to have my waterfall start here. Right, so I could start it from, so it's coming from the stars. So I'm going to click there, and actually I can click and paint alternately because they're both centered all the way down there and there. Then I'm going to grab my left and paint all the way down again. Let's just quickly move the tool, grab the left, paint down to there, grab my right and do exactly the same. Cool, so I actually might put this back one level. But what we can do, once we've done that, to make sure our tiles are working, I'm going to press play. And as you can see, they are, but it's very, very pixelated. So what we can do, well, it's just the animation is very, very slow. So what we can do is come out of play, click on our animations that we have here, left, right, and center. And if we scroll all the way down, you can see minimum speed, maximum speed. And what we're going to do is just change that to 30 for 30 frames a second on each one. Cool. Let's press play again. Let's have a look how that looks. Lovely. There we go. So there we go. And with this being an animated tile, it can be painted anywhere. So you can have waterfalls throughout. You could find things, I don't know, let's make an example, like lava splurting up, or anything that's just going to work with your background or your terrain for now. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you have fun with animated tiles. See you soon.